Mike, before game one, we had Gary Bettman and Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly speak to the media, their annual State of the League address prior to the start of the Stanley Cup Final. And in this case, not incredibly overwhelming in terms of news content. Just a few quick hits to throw at you here as we take a look at all the different things that unfolded. The 2022-23 regular season will open on October 11th. The league is going to release the regular season schedule sometime in early July. The projected revenue for this season, $5.2 billion, up from about $4.8 pre-pandemic. It is technically a record. And in this case, that means that the salary cap will increase by $1 million to $82.5 million. Still basically relatively flat. The league saying it's going to take another 2 seasons, potentially 3, for the NHL players to pay back the $1 billion debt to owners. The Stanley Cup will not be allowed to travel to Russia this summer. There are 3 players on the Tampa Bay Lightning and 1 Russian-born player on the Colorado Avalanche. They won't be allowed to celebrate with the Cup in their homeland if they win as a result of Russia's unprovoked attack on Ukraine. The NHL is still targeting February 2024 for a World Cup of Hockey. They'd like it to be in season. I believe some of those games will be played in Europe. They are sorting out the sites at the moment and remain in discussions now with the IIHF to try and get something done. And perhaps the most interesting thing for me, Mike, is Evander Kane and what's going on with contract termination grievance. I wrote a story about that today on dailyfaceoff.com. And the interesting part about it is that these two sides are playing basically a $23 million game of chicken. No one really wants the all or nothing that could come out of an arbitrator's ruling because it's binary and it's binding. It's all or nothing. Either Kane gets the full contract and the $23 million that are owed to him, and the Sharks are now back in possession of Evander Kane as a player, and he's on their salary cap in full, or the other part of that is no settlement that comes along here. Evander Kane could lose that judgment and get $0. So my guess is that neither side wants that end result and would prefer to settle. To this point, I don't think they've had any settlement talks. They don't need to go through 2 more hearings in order to come to a settlement. But this could extend out past the start date of free agency. And why that's interesting, Mike, is Evander Kane could sign a new deal, either extend with the Edmonton Oilers, sign with another team on July 13th. And through that entire process, Mike, if they go through with the arbitrator's ruling, in this case, then that new contract that Evander Kane signs will be voided. So
I can't believe that this is happening, honestly, that it's so zero sum. You know, you've only got one direction, either way to go with it, and it's just the legality of it. But it's just crazy to think he went and played for the Edmonton Oilers while his contract was still up in the air, basically, you know, and get paid. And now he may get a new contract. Now he may be a San Jose Shark again, and they have to figure that out. This is a quagmire, and Kane is, by all sense of purposes, man, like should be one of the top free agents from a hockey standpoint. But this could loom large for quite some time.
Yeah, and if you root for chaos like I do, there could be plenty of chaos, as you mentioned. The NHL reiterating on Wednesday evening that Evander Kane, they view that the contract termination in their eyes was proper, that he was terminated with cause. And in that case, that does make him a free and clear pending unrestricted free agent. Can't wait to see how all of it unfolds and also what the interest level in Kane will be like. Will someone give him some term on a contract? We'll see.